Alright, it's unlike the raw setup where you might see a few videos that we've done on setting up raw and how I like to approach that process. Everything that we're doing here, we're met with resistance. So hey guys, Coach Ben here, bigbenchas.com. Today I'm going to go over the setup on the bench press when you're working in a shirt. Alright, because we have some unique restrictions when we're in a bench shirt as opposed to if we were just setting up raw. Setting up raw, we have a lot of freedom of movement. Alright, when we're in a bench shirt here, you see I'm tied down pretty good. Okay, I don't have the ability to really separate my arms very much. Okay, the collar, the shirt, everything's trying to pull me down. So everything I'm doing, I'm met with resistance. Alright, it's unlike the raw setup where you might see a few videos that we've done on setting up raw and how I like to approach that process. Everything that we're doing here, we're met with resistance. So we're a little bit restricted. So I'm going to show you how I like to go about this setup here in a bench shirt. This has made a enormous, profound impact on my bench press. In fact, last year I was able to go from a 730-pound bench press into an 820-pound bench press, very clean, felt very good. Okay, and it was a lot to contribute to this setup here. Okay, this is something I played around with, changed up, and I love this process because it allows you to still create a good arch, get your hands set without sacrificing position. All right, many times lifters using a bench shirt struggle with the setup just because how restrictive it is. A lot of that technique in terms of creating the best position possible, all that kind of goes by the wayside, and we can't have that in a bench shirt. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing. All right, first, just make sure that bar's even. That's always an important thing to keep into mind here, is that when you're sitting down here on the bench, laying down, that this knurling, all right, is even with you. So if you have to shift it side to side, especially at a meet, let them know. Even if it's just a little bit, you don't want to come out uneven. You want everything set up as best it can. Make sure that bar is even. Okay. One thing I'm going to do because of this setup, I don't want to be too far down on the bench. So I'm going to make sure I start pretty far back. All right. In fact, I would probably start back here. You can see my upper back is pretty much off the bench press. Okay. So I'm setting up further back on purpose. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook the bar. All right, hook the bar to help me leverage up. So it's almost like doing a little chin up here to the bar. But I'm gonna have wrist straps on, everything. You see what I just did there? Okay, I hooked the bar, pulled myself in here. This is where I'm gonna set my hands. So now that just helps me set up on my traps a little bit. I wanna keep the pinch as much as possible. I'm gonna set my hands when I'm bridged up. So you can see I have my feet on the pad here. I'm bridging up because it's gonna allow me to set my hands a little bit better, easier, as opposed to if I was flat, now I have to try to reach back. I'm met with resistance of the shirt, here in this type of position, right, bridged up, a little bit easier for me to keep my shoulder blades underneath while I set my hands, as opposed to the other way around where I'm shrugging up a little bit, I'm letting those shoulder blades separate because I want to keep a pinch and a tuck underneath me. So let me get my hands set now. This, you might need help getting pushed out. If someone helps push your arm out, make sure they push you at the bicep, not up top. That could put some excess strain on you. All right, you're gonna get separation from the collar by having someone push your bicep out. All right, this shirt, I can get my hands set no problem. All right, once I have my hands set, all right, I'm trying to keep my back pinched and tucked under as best I can, but now I'm gonna crawl down on the pad. All right, watch what I do here. I lift up, and I crawl my shoulder blades. Once I get everything settled under me as much as I want, now I just kind of wiggle side to side, squeeze the blades together, and then I can come down off of my bridge, keeping position up. All right, important note, I don't want to try to stay under the bar too much here, says I want to keep my tricep close to my side the whole time. Tricep close to the side, elbows are going to be probably bent a little bit. That's okay, especially in a tight shirt. My feet out. All right, now I'm driving my position back, keeping my belly as elevated as I can, back is tight underneath me. All right, and I'm gonna receive this bench and just work on pulling into the pad, keeping that back tightness underneath me. All right, so those are the differences in the setup here. That's how I would approach setting up in a shirt. Like I said, that's made a profound impact for me, doing that crawl down with the shoulder blades. All right, and then coming down from there. So still a bridge type setup, approached a little bit differently. All right, you're not fighting the shirt. All right, you're not fighting any of that resistance. You're just allowing the shirt to stay tight and you're just positioning around it. All right, Coach Ben here. You know where to find me. You can meet me on a bench. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel over here. Check out the links in the description box below. You can see a video related on this topic right here, and then our latest video right there. Thanks for watching.